Okay, I've got another piece of sea grape. Most of the bark is off, and this area was uncovered for quite a while. It's turned quite red. I've got this set for an 11-inch, or 5.5-inch radius, 11-inch diameter. I'll probably cut it down smaller than that once I get going, but I didn't want to increment it down by a whole inch or 2 inches. So I think we'll get started here soon. Let me turn this. Okay, I've got this mounted with the woodworm screw on the lathe. As you can see, it's pretty. There's chainsaw exposed area here. There's the rip. You can see there's gaps in here. It's very odd looking. All this is kind of dried into these angles, so they're very good and stiff. What I don't know is it going to look any good until I get them entirely off, so who knows. But you can see their chunk of wood was torn right out of here. I pulled off some pieces that were loose. This one's kind of loose, so it's probably going to go. I'll have to cut it probably. So we'll see how it goes. I might be trying something other people have tried and they failed, and been a learning lesson for us all. So maybe it'll be a lesson for me. But the other thing of interest is this is turned very dark orange, almost red, and I'm probably going to pull off the rest of the bark at some point, but there's not much left. It's held pretty well, but as it dries some more, it'll probably, or I might even just cut this off when I'm turning it. Since this is the edge where it was turned, that comes off. This won't come off unless I pick at it, or I take off a lot more than I think. But in any case, that's where I am. I guess I didn't talk about what I'm going to do. So my intent is to have this side be the top. So right now I've put a woodworm screw on that side. I probably shouldn't have, because I've now got a deep hole. So that drives me to at least a mortise on that side. And so I've got to get this flat over the 2.1 inches diameter of that the woodworm screw will go into, and then I'm going to flip this around so this is the top, because I want this natural features to be on the top of the bowl. So I'm going to flatten this out. I've got a little ways to go. I got started already when I realized I hadn't talked about what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay, I've got my woodworm screw attached on this side. I'm going to flip this around, get rid of this guy, and then machine this as if it's the bottom. So we'll see what happens next. But I got this turned around. Okay, the progress so far, you can see I've mostly flattened this. There's still this. I'm going to roll this off some more. And my intent is to get rid of some of this flat surface. So that means I've got to go in quite a bit more. Also here, I still don't know what I'm doing with this blob that sticks out. It's obviously machining, but it's also moving, so it probably is not machining cleanly on its edge. You can see I'm getting some unsupported breakage here. So I'm going to have to keep going. You can see I've got this mostly, the side is gone to where it's curved like the lathe would be. Here I've got this big flat spot. So I'm probably going to come in quite a bit farther, knock off this corner, so that it can be, most of this will be gone. So this will get smaller as I do that. Okay, I got another piece of sea grape. I finished doing all of the machining and sanding that I'm going to do. You can see I've left chainsaw marks here, natural edge here and here, torn edge here. That was kind of obvious in the earlier video part. And so looks very interesting. I like it. This is definitely different. There's going to be some rough stuff in here that I can't do anything about. I've picked out most of the loose stuff. I could go in and brush it a little bit more maybe and get it a little better, but overall it looks more natural now. I sanded it with my Sandoflex, so that got this where you can touch it. It was pretty pointy before. Now it's pretty much rounded off. You can see the edges here are orange and red. This has been the most amount of exposed to the environment. And then here had some exposure, but I've sanded this to get it smoother. Here I did just a light amount of 180 grit Sandoflex. And this was all 180. I didn't do any lower grit in here. I just did 180. That's it. I'm getting ready to put tried and true finish on. Okay, this is the finish I'm going to use. I'm getting ready to put a coat on now. This is all sanded up and ready to go. This finish may not be optimum for something with these crevices, because I won't be able to take it back off down in the valleys, so it'll be thick. But I think it'll still turn out nice. I know one guy I watch, Kent, I think, he uses this finish a lot. Turn wood bowl. Really looks nice. I do like this finish, or at least how it goes on. And I did another bowl recently with this finish, so we'll see how that goes. I may have to pick out a few more little pieces here, get the needle nose pliers and pull them out. Okay, here is my latest sea grape bowl. It's more orange in some areas and less orange in others. And so here's where a branch was cut off with a chainsaw. Here's natural edge on the top rim. Here's a place where when the tree was being cut, the branch ripped off and left these exposed, torn areas that I have made work out nice for me. You can see on the interior there are areas where that stress from the rip actually affected the inside of the bowl too. This is maybe 4 or 5 inches tall and 7 inches across, maybe 8. And I'll measure that in a little bit. Overall, it turned out really nice. I like the orange and red. I did very little sanding on the rim there because I didn't want to sand off the color. I used my 180 grit Sandoflex, and that just lightly covered the area. Additionally, this is the fourth in a series of bowls made with this sea grape wood that turns more orange if you expose it to the environment, and in the end I think it's oxidation, and once you put finish on it, slows it down. I don't know if it's going to stop it or just slow it down. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe for more similar wood turning videos. Please comment on the video and I should respond. I make a video about once a week.